Hey, what's up you guys? I want to thank Raycon for sponsoring today's video again. You guys have seen me promote their wireless earbuds before, and a lot of you guys had a great experience, so they wanted to work with me again. So thank you guys. If you're still using wired headphones, these earbuds will make you change the way you think about wireless earbuds. They're perfect for jogging, working out, doing chores around the house, or if you just want to be alone in yourself, simping, listening to Passion's Lemonade, or whatever simp music you're into. They're really great for all that. All right, you guys are thinking like, yo, what's the catch? I guess the only catch is they're half off than the regular earbuds that you see in the market, but they're just as good. I don't really consider that as a con. So the latest model, the Raycon Everyday E25s, come in a variety of colors with 6 hours of playback time and 6 different sizes to fit your ear to give you a nice noise isolating fit. All right, to upgrade your earbuds today, click on my custom link in the description below. Get 15% off your order today or visit buyraycon.com/John Manalo. So by buying these earbuds, you'll be supporting my channel and you'll get amazing earbuds in return. So it's a win-win. What's up, y'all? It's John Manalo. So I'm out here being one with the wilderness. Excuse me, big fella. So I just wanted to show them some love and play their national anthem. So 10 hours later, I'm almost at the top of the mountain. And I just peek through this little crevice and I just know there's just something in there. Oh my goodness, look what I found. Damn, these are pretty damn beat. I wonder who left these here. Well, I only see one shoe. The other pair has to be somewhere around. So I hiked for another 3 hours and I finally reached the top of Mission Peak. And I'm still looking for the other shoe, but I feel like I can't find it, so I'm just gonna give up. As I was just about to go home, I finally found the other shoe stuck in this bush. Alright guys, I'm just gonna take these home and see what I can do with them. And it's only gonna take me 20 minutes to reach the bottom. Hey, what's up y'all? It's John Manalo and I'm gonna be restoring these Raging Bull 5's that I found in the forest. And damn Gina, these are beat. These will definitely need a midsole swap, a suede re-dye, a netting swap, and Jesus. Oh, what the hell is that? Damn, we got a whole ass snake in these shoes. Wait, it looks like it wants to go to the other shoe for some reason. I wonder if there's another one. I wonder if he has a girlfriend in there. Should I make it my pet? What do snakes eat? Do they eat Lunchables or what do they eat? So I'm just gonna fish around to see if there's anything else in the other shoe. And I think I found, oh my god, I thought it was another snake, but it was just the laces. Oh wait, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some ketchup in it. What? There was another snake. All right, I'm gonna let these guys roam around because I do have a pest problem. Hopefully they'll take care of it. They also said if you don't subscribe to John Manalo and watch all of his videos, we will go up your toilet bowl while you're using it. So you guys don't want to risk it, right? You know what? I feel like these snakes fight a lot, so we're just gonna name them Ross and Rachel. Alright, well now that the snakes are guarding my house, let's finish and restore these guys. And the first thing I'm gonna do is clean the laces by using the Rejuvenator laundry pod and just put it in this little plastic container and just shake it up with water. If you guys don't have this, you guys can use a sneaker cleaning solution. Or if you guys don't have that either, you can, use dish soap, but I highly recommend using the Rejuvenator products. So before we deep clean the uppers, I'm just gonna put shoe trees in there just to keep the shape of the shoe while we scrub it up, dub the uppers. It's just so crazy that anyone would let an $800 pair of shoes go in this condition. Because it is suede, I want to use the softest bristled brush I have. So I'm going to use the soft bristled brush from Rejuvenator to gently remove the dirt off of the suede. There's a lot of tough stains, so I'm gonna use the medium bristled brush instead. Not all suedes are the same. You have to know what kind of material you're working with before you change the type of bristled brush you use for the uppers. If you're unsure what type of brush to use at first, use the soft bristled brush just so you don't damage the suede if you're not familiar with the material. With the kind of stains the shoe has, cleaning is not enough, so I'm gonna bring out the big boys. The first thing we have to do first is just remove the sole. Since we don't need them anymore, I'm just gonna toss them. If World War III would have started, this is what it would have looked like. After letting the uppers dry for a little bit, you can see the wicking process right now. So wicking is a state of where the stains that are embedded within the fabric rise to the surface. So that's why you see a lot more stains on top of the red suede. So I'm gonna use a steamer to loosen up the embedded dirt. This is what detailers use for the interior. So I'm just gonna use the same thing to clean the suede, just to loosen it up. And then I'm gonna use the rejuvenated cleaning solution to remove the stain. So I'm just gonna let the shoes air dry and see what happens with the uppers. See, I don't know what's going on. This stain just doesn't want to come off. Every time I wash it, it just gets worse. Even renapping the suede doesn't make it go away. Usually that helps, but in this situation, it's not doing anything. It's a labubu right now. So at this point, I might as well just renap the entire upper on both shoes just to see what the uppers look like. I'm gonna try to remove the stains again, but I'm gonna brush a little bit more aggressively just so I can penetrate through the suede. So the donors that we're gonna use are the 2020 Fire Red 5's. On all my donors, I'm gonna pour acetone inside of the shoes to melt the adhesive and peel the uppers away. I only do this to my donors. I never do this to the shoe I want to preserve the uppers for. So I took the netting off of the 2020 Fire Red 5's and stitched it back onto the tongue on these Raging Bulls. I feel like it's a little too frosty for the shoes, so I switched it for the other pair of Jordan 5's that I'm gonna use. I honestly don't even know the name of the Jordan 5's that I use, so if you guys know, comment down below, so educate me please. So for me to restitch the knitting, I'm gonna have to remove the Strobel footbed off of the shoe first. I want to shout out Hoopfresh for giving me some nuggets on how to swap the knitting on a pair of 5's. If you creep on his profile, you can see that he's making a custom UNC Jordan 1's made out of satin. So what I'm doing right now is removing all of the crusty, nasty old knitting from the Toro 5's so then I could prep them to replace them with brand new netting. So you can see why I didn't use the 2020 Fire Red 5's netting for this. It's too frosty. I wanted to make it clear enough to see the red material underneath the clear plastic. Now I'm going to use a 2020 Fire Red 5 netting on a shoe that has an all white leather. I feel like it'll look way better on a shoe that has all white leather for the shoe. So this is what it looks like, all stitched up onto the tongue. So the next thing to do is just replace all the netting. So to keep both the materials from moving around while I'm stitching, I'm going to use double-sided tape that I got from Amazon, and just to make sure that they're in place while I stitch it together. But before we do that, I'm gonna re-dye the uppers just to see what it will look like. And so I'm just gonna cover all of the plastic tabs with tape so it doesn't get on it. Duh. So to dye the suede again, I'm going to use Angelus red suede dye. So this stain is very persistent. Even after cleaning it multiple times, it's still showing, and it's even worse. So I'm going to have to try a new technique that I've never tried before to remove that stain that doesn't want to come off the uppers. So I'm using an airbrush to apply the red suede dye onto the uppers because it gives a consistent, equal amount of dye on the uppers instead of the swab that it comes with, because too much saturation will be bad, especially if it's uneven. So an airbrush will give you a nice, consistent look. So now it's time to stitch the netting back to the tongue, and I'm just going to use my sewing machine to do the work for me. It was my first time stitching the netting back to the uppers, so it was really hard for me to keep the netting in place while I was stitching it. So you're going to see where it's a little bit misaligned. So, you know, just practice makes perfect. It's my first time, no biggie. So just keep going until you get better. And don't be afraid to fail, because failure is your best teacher. So with the tongue stitched back to the uppers, this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna do the same for the side nettings. So this dark stain that doesn't want to come off, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna post it on my Patreon page on what I tried. So if you guys want to learn from me on how I did this, join my Patreon page for $20 a month, and also other tips and tricks on how to restore shoes. And the link will be in the description below. So after applying the new technique, I just had to rinse off the chemicals that I used. And shout out to Axel and Eric, you know what I'm saying? You have to have one Filipino friend that looks oos. Okay, so this is the last time I'm gonna be dubbing this nasty stain that doesn't want to come off. So we'll see what's up. After letting it dry, I will have to re-dye the suede again, but that's for another time. Now the next step is to bond the uppers to the midsole. So right now I'm removing all of the old factory glue with the Dremel tool, and then using acetone and cotton balls to finish the job. Now, it won't be the Toro 5's until I have the white shark teeth with the red tips. So picture Chip Skylark turning into a vampire with my shiny teeth and me. This is actually my first time repainting a pair of Toro 5's, so I don't know what direction to go to repaint the shark teeth because it has a distinct shape to the tips. I use all kinds of different methods just to try this out, but in the end, I ended up using an X-Acto knife, tape, and an airbrush again. So far, this is what I got from using a hand brush, and there's a lot of paint that seeped through, so I'm gonna need to do a lot of touch-ups after this. By using an airbrush, I ended up having crispy lines as a result, so I just ended up doing this for the rest of the teeth. And the last part of this midsole repaint is just touching up the rest with black paint. Because the soles we're using are from 2020 and the uppers are from 2009, I believe, they're not gonna match up perfectly, so I'm gonna shave down the midsole to realign the original factory glue lines to make them look as good as new. So now that I got my desired height, I'm gonna use Barge Cement Super Stick to glue the uppers back to the midsole, and then I'll let it cure for about 2 hours or so, reheat it with a blow dryer, and then stick them together like banana and ketchup. So once the heel is bonded, I'm gonna bond the toe box and then the sides. If you find these tips helpful, make sure to like the video. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. So if it helps you out in your restorations, just hit that thumbs up and it'll help me out in the long run as well. Now, if you guys want to show me more love, you guys can head to my Patreon page and donate as much as your heart desires. Now, the key to having a really great reglue is making sure that the temperature is at 130 degrees. If you guys are struggling with your reglues, this might be why. You guys have to make sure that it's at the appropriate temperature. Alright you guys, so the last thing I'm gonna do is just restitch the toe cap and then it is finally done. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you guys have not subscribed already, please subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments below what your shoe size is and your Instagram handle, because if these shoe size match you, you could win a free pair of shoes. So thank you for watching and God bless. Yay!